Good morning. Thank you for being with us. On the first day of business, the state reports there were more than $359,000 in sales at the 7 dispensaries around our state selling recreational marijuana for the first time. People lined up outside the Zen Leaf dispensary in Meriden before the 10 a.m. opening on Wednesday. There were also lines in Branford at the Rise Branford dispensary. Here to talk about the launch of recreational marijuana sales is David Bodurtha, the Northeast General Manager for Rise Dispensaries. He joins us by Zoom here in the studio. Adam Wood, he's the president of the Connecticut Cannabis Chamber of Commerce. Adam, I want to get to you in just a moment, but David, I want to start with you. One of the facilities under your umbrella is that Branford facility. So what was day one like?
Oh, it was really exciting. We saw customers lining up as early as 7 a.m. First customer in line stated that he was waiting 50 years for this day. So there was incredible energy building up. We had some steel drums going, some great donuts ready to welcome our first customers as well. Really, the excitement went beyond just the walls of our Branford store, beyond the borders of Connecticut. It was a great day for the history of cannabis. We also, we welcomed the Black Business Alliance, where we donated our first day of profits to that organization. And really, Tuesday was just a culmination in our country of the failed war on drugs. We're really out there to show people that cannabis is positive for the community.
And of course, you talk about the Branford and location. You also have 2 that have been dealing with medical marijuana, Westport as well as Milford, under your company's umbrella. Is there a difference in this market as you see it on the front lines? Is it just more people eligible, or what are you seeing staffing-wise and customer-wise?
Right. Well, we've done this before in other markets where we've converted from medical to a hybrid or adult use license. So we were prepared to handle the increased customers that we saw that day and the days going forward. The medical community will still be our number one priority, and we're set to continue to serve those folks. But in terms of Milford and Westport, we're still seeing some solid numbers there in terms of our medical patients, and we're expecting actually to continue to grow that medical business. We will be converting that Milford dispensary over to a hybrid license within the coming months, sometime in Q2, I would imagine.
All right. Adam, I want to turn to you because you're more with the Cannabis Chamber of Commerce, more the macro view of this around the state. What are you hearing from the members of the chamber? Did it go pretty smooth, like what David's saying?
Yeah, absolutely. So the word from across the state, from a variety of different locations, from Stamford to Meriden, was the consumer experience was really a good one. It was smooth. Sales were brisk, but the crowds weren't overwhelming, and there weren't security concerns. So it was really a good day for the industry. And I'm really happy to hear David talk about the social equity clause, and I think that's a really wonderful gesture that he made to donate his profits on day one. But I want to give the state credit for really from the outset, the legislators and the governor for really focusing on this social equity issue. We have been, this war on drugs has had a very negative impact on a lot of communities, some of our cities in our state. And the way that they wrote the legislation and the way the industry is beginning to unfold is attempting to impact and have a positive impact in those communities by sharing revenue in cities that were disproportionately impacted, and by giving a large piece of the business, allowing opportunity for social equity applicants. And so this first phase of sales is by the medical operators who are expanding their business via joint venture. And the next phase will be some of these social equity cultivators and retailers coming online who participated in the lottery or through the Section 149 provision in the law. And yeah,
I know we have 7 retailers now going to eventually get up to 40. The state had initially said about 250,000 in sales. They upped that to 359. Yeah. Is that a good first day number? I tried to find some kind of apples to apples. I saw New Jersey did 1.9 million on their first day. They opened up before a lot of people, so maybe they had customers coming from other places. Are we happy with 359, and what does it tell us about where we're going?
Yeah, so the projections are less about one day. It's very, as you mentioned, it's very hard to compare us. A lot of people compare us to Massachusetts. When Massachusetts opened its doors, I know a lot of us here from Connecticut went up there, but it was, they were the 2 dispensaries opened on one day, and Massachusetts was the first state or Commonwealth this side of the Mississippi to open its doors. So very different scenario, very different crowds and numbers generated as a result. But I think these numbers are very impressive, and it's forecast that consumer spending on cannabis in Connecticut is going to grow from about 100 million to probably 350 million over the next 5 years.
So certainly
on an annual basis.
Certainly talking some big numbers. David, I want to turn back to you. I know news pieces have been doing this over the past week. What is it actually? How does it actually work? How do you do it? I think there's some segment of our viewers who are going to just have an image of like an old Cheech and Chong movie, right? And they can't wrap their head around the fact that this is a business and you make a purchase. So can you just dumb it down for us? If someone's looking at this and says, hey, I might want to try it, David, what do you do? How does it work? Where do you go?
Absolutely. Yeah. It's first and foremost, it's 21 plus, so state government or government issued ID. So you'll be asked for your ID twice, once at the door and once at point of transaction. Really, it's exciting to go through the retail store. The stores are beautiful, they're clean, they're well kept, world-class customer service. For anyone who doesn't understand the products and needs guidance, there's great opportunities for education within the store. And those who just want to get in and out quickly, they're able to do that as well. We can serve customers within 5 minutes at our store. So really, it's really traditional. It's really traditional retail, and the customer service we're best in class.
And you mentioned it in your answer earlier as far as medical patients. I know the Medical Marijuana Advisory Program put out an advisory a few days before recreational sales started, said, hey, if you're a medical patient, go make your purchase now. Are we worried at all about shortfall in inventory? What are you seeing over these first few days?
Yeah, we're prepared to serve both the medical community and the adult use customers. So for the medical patients, we have separate lines, separate menus. We have VIP parking for our medical patients. We've secured plenty of additional parking around our facility to serve the adult use customer as well. And for those medical patients who are looking to avoid crowds, we're actually offering free delivery as well for a minimum purchase. So really, there should be no really difference in how patients are being served in the state.
Well, and I know I was doing some research on your website. I know you can get a lot of information on the individual websites. It's Rise in Branford, which is the recreational dispensary that you're involved with, but all over the state. There's 7 right now, so you can check them out. David Bodurtha, the Northeast General Manager from Green Thumb Industries, Adam Wood from the Connecticut Cannabis Chamber of Commerce. Thank you both for being with us here on CT23.
Thanks so much.